while you can, because sooner or later, you're going to be wishing for more. As Jordan said, map number 1 is now coming up. Training grounds, Pittsburgh Knights versus RushieZ. We got the full jerseys on the Pittsburgh. I need Colin to go ahead and message RushieZ and at FraNChiS, IC, and RushieZ. We need some pictures of them in RushieZ jerseys. And once again, guess who I blame? Ribs.
How is that my fault?
No, but it is.
Ow.
It is. As you see the opening strategy already opening up here. RushieZ going for that overlook. You said round after round that you will be the place that fight does go down. I knew Pittsburgh Knights, they have tricks under their sleeves. They go for that early capture. SuMuNs does get taken out, and that's what you get for making us wait so long. Now you're going to have to wait that respawn timer as RushieZ go ahead and getting that hill back into their favor. So that early point lead for the Knights instantly nullified and over to RushieZ.
I'm actually kind of confused. Like, Pittsburgh Knights didn't fight for anything at the beginning of that round. They tried to get on the B hill, and they just got angled out. So RushieZ going to take advantage of that, but it is going to be Avexys getting taken out over by the B hill. Oh, no, he got taken out over by the overlook. So it's going to be PK in a 5v4. Gets it down onto Icy. RushieZ there for the revive. They're getting angled out. RushieZ gets taken out. Icy with the trade, though. Big double kill coming out from the Iceman. Grabbed the meat shield, but he's in a terrible position. SuMuNs in front of him. Another player behind him. He cuts back on Dezonide. It's not going to work out, but currently RushieZ still holding their 2-hill advantage.
FraNChiS trying to overextend. Triple cap domination sounding off for a moment, but Monkyz, the guy we kind of shined before the match, spawning up, forcing FraNChiS into Dezonide. He just up-A's his soul away, quick on the rotation as well. They need to neutralize this hill in B, which it is going to come through. He needs to get the capture as well. Their points have been doubled up. And the longest respawn timers of the game is FraNChiS and Avexys are waiting for that moment to spawn in. The capture is going to come through. Dezonide trying to reposition himself. Gets caught out. I want to see him go underneath INZEM towards that God spot. That will go ahead and allow him that perfect angle. But SuMuNs is going to go ahead and get that second angle towards the top side. Rotate their members across towards the top side. So once RushieZ makes this push towards the neutral, I expect PK to waste no time to try to go after the RushieZ home hill.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a counter push if that happens, and that's a smart play. Currently right now, though, RushieZ is able to get the decap on B. Doesn't look like PK wants to overextend. It looks like they want to take the fight here at the neutral hill. They have a few members of RushieZ caught out here in misposition, but it is going to be Fran getting the kill, getting the revive. Stun grenade comes out. The Knights not really able to capitalize yet. Avexys gets the cap right in the face of the Knights. And Monkyz seems to be overextending, but doesn't have much help. I think it's just him and SuMuNs pushing.
A little late, if you ask me as well. This is where I thought they would overextend almost instantly. And in that moment, as I was saying it, I saw Monkyz kind of rotating over inch by inch, trying to take that position, but nobody followed up for the Knights. And by the time they finally did, too little, too late. And you already see RushieZ taking the first round by time, going all the way to 250 over the Knights in 3 minutes. And to me, that's kind of the story that we're going to see today. Even though we do, or at least I predict, and the chat does predict the Knights to go ahead and take it. And talk about a slow start from RushieZ. They're already starting off hot. I said, you got to go in if you're RushieZ, win the first couple of rounds, get the momentum onto your side before PK really wakes up and runs away with it. So hopefully RushieZ does not let that be the case here. As we look at our weapon selection, RushieZ already going ahead and adding utility is what it looks like to directly. I do believe it might be INZEM's hands, possibly RushieZ's hands. It's going to be INZEM as their front spawn. Got to think PK is either going to do the same or add a flash grenade to Monument, where they can later upgrade that into a shot grenade.
There's a few question marks for me in the gameplay of PK so far. Right off the initial, not really fighting anything, and then just lack of rotations at the end, having a slight advantage. I'm not going to look into it too much moving forward. It's very early in this match. A lot of gameplay left to analyze. On to the second initial this time around. I'm expecting a huge bloodbath happening over by the U fight. Last time RushieZ got it pretty easily. We're on board with Dezonide. Going to be him versus INZEM. INZEM getting aggressive. Going to push Dezonide and the rest of the Knights back.
Ow.
He is going to get down. Good bait and switch coming out from Dezonide and SuMuNs. PK getting all the kills over here by the Overlook. Last one alive is Avexys. He's getting crossed out, and that's going to be a quick Pittsburgh Knights elimination victory. No one able to spawn up for RushieZ, and good answer back from the Knights.
So you already seen it, a difference in strategies. 2 rounds in a row. Pittsburgh Knights, first round, going directly for that neutral hill capture. Both you and I kind of scratching our heads, didn't fight for positioning, didn't really fight for anything. RushieZ turned the tables and made them pay. Round number 2, they make a quick adjustment. They send their front spawn in Identivez up top towards the overlook. They want to get that positioning up top and kind of funnel the players from RushieZ in. You saw INZEM bite off more than he can chew, quickly got taken down. And from there, the numbers game from PK was just too much. So as this next weapon does get dropped, it's over towards the DB depot, getting ready for that drop shot fight that does usually take place over the U. So it's going to be interesting what tricks PK has up their sleeves yet again. I can see a down low push as long as they play for positioning, but with that extra flash, I can see them actually fight for the U and do a third different strategy in the 3rd consecutive round.
Enough talk of fighting. Time for the
If PK has one thing over a lot of their competition, it's they have a lot of different strategies that they're confident in pulling out at any point in time, throwing their opponents off balance, which is very smart. And as I say that, it's going to be RushieZ this time around, going for the neutral hill cap very early on. This is literally a strat out of the strat book of PK, so it's this time around RushieZ, and it seems like it's going to work out. They're able to get it down on SuMuNs. Don't get the kill, but considering Pittsburgh Knights weren't able to overextend immediately, RushieZ has a slight advantage. Look at Rush all the way over by the second half home hill area of PK. He's going to have to retreat and reset. Let's see if Pittsburgh Knights could punish this.
Oh, he's so red right now. Are they going to be able to get the down? No. I do believe that was Dezonide missing crucial shots, but Monkyz going to catch Fran out of position, catch him off guard. Icy, full red, gets caught out by Monkyz as well. 2 quick kills coming through. You see the rotation in the overhead map. Players from RushieZ scrambling, trying to make the perfect defensive play, but 2 players get caught out. That's both Rushman and Avexys. Triple cap domination sounding off. FraNChiS not only needs to keep this one going, he needs to trade off with some eliminations. They get the double down. Nobody able to help FraNChiS and clean this one up. So once again, it's down to the individuals. Iceman gets taken out. RushieZ not close enough to get the touches. PK wins their 2nd consecutive round. So opening up on that one, RushieZ making some great moves, making some great rotations, but towards the very end of that one, PK putting a stop to almost everything, particularly Monkyz late into that one, getting a double kill.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to run a strat where you go for the neutral hill cap, you can't give the Knights the ability to get kills all the way on the other side of the map where there's really nothing to fight for. So that was definitely Fran and Icy getting caught out of position there. And as good of a team as Knights is, you get 2 free kills. That turns into 2 more. It turns into a 3rd. It turns into a trip cap. PK string together 2 rounds. Fast rounds, too.
All right,
So you see the shot grenades making their appearance. This is where typically you do see a drop shot get placed towards the U, but I wouldn't be surprised either if it does not get placed out. Neither team wanting to put that big weapon down, putting themselves at a disadvantage for weapon placements. But on the side of RushieZ, once again, wasting no time going for that early neutral hill capture, but Raver and SuMuNs working together. They're going to get first blood. They're going to get the 2nd down on RushieZ as well. So as quick as RushieZ was able to get that capture, Pittsburgh Knights were able to get 2 eliminations, get the neutralization and capture of their own. So if they're able to hold on to this one, they're going to be in great position to set up defensively, be in the right spot, and even hold for these points. That's going to be crucial because now the position is over towards RushieZ. They need to count the numbers of defensive players set up from Knights and make their push. And typically, you do see a split push coming out, and there it goes already started. Split push going to go in act. INZEM gets taken out. Identivez able to go ahead and finish that elimination. There goes another player walking into harm's way as Rushman meets the same fate. That's a double kill for Identivez as the Knights are beginning to heat up.
Yeah, all Knights here so far in this round number 4, final round of the half. So, of course, RushieZ are going to utilize all the spawns that they have to their disposal. But, yeah, Pittsburgh Knights pretty much winning 2 team fights back-to-back. They're going to reap the benefits, which is a 2-hill setup. RushieZ once again in the position to try to retake any positioning they can, get any type of kills they can. The Knights seem to be playing this very well, though. But as I say that, Dezonide gets taken out. No trade coming out for the Knights. So now, somewhat of a advantage for RushieZ being in a 5v4 on the map. Identivez just gets angled out, not even able to shoot back. Surely we're going to see RushieZ go for an overextension, maybe?
The only thing I don't like about that, and this is just me being picky, is the fact that he had to use a flash grenade in order to get that elimination. There was 3 members of RushieZ there. Why aren't they trying to angle him out, save the resources, and get ready for the next push? Now there's no resources to counteract this one. Luckily for them, FraNChiS waiting in the wings, the elimination coming through. Members of PK are actually coming out on top. Dezonide, the only one to fight away get eliminated so far. So both of these players pushing across the middle. RushieZ trying to stay alive. INZEM doing a good job. He's able to get one, able to get the revive as well, but his teammates are falling, leaving him all by his lonesome. He needs to buy some time as his teammates go for a triple cap domination all the way around him. Even though he gets eliminated, he buys his team a massive amount of time. And if you look at the score, RushieZ had the lead, and they're getting themselves a bigger cushion. The win condition less than 30 seconds, and RushieZ will take it and tie it up.
Yeah, Rush in a position here where he needs to fight his way out. Somehow he just pop shots over cover, one-shots Raver. Gonna trade some Lancer bullets with Monkyz. That was a big kill though, and look at that. Avexys cleans up the kill, and he's actually gonna be able to revive Rush. Pittsburgh Knights need to do something. They only have 5 seconds to touch a hill. Raver comes off spawn, and I think RushieZ is gonna tie it up 2-2. Seemed like Pittsburgh Knights were in a great spot that round until I don't even know what went bad for them. They lost a couple of engagements over by the U, but I think it was just the objective play from RushieZ, getting on the hills at the right times, and a huge play by Rush at the end. 2-2 here on Training Grads going into the second half.
Yep. And it also been that early lead. You saw it early on. They got that capture, tried to get out alive. So there was an early lead over towards RushieZ as well, but you see the drop shot being placed. Did you expect that coming out from RushieZ?
Oh yeah, I mean, Training Grounds has to have one of the highest drop shot placement percentages out of any map, and it always seems to be at the U. We've seen it over in that middle room under the overlook a few times, but that's more of like an unorthodox strategy. So here we are. It is placed by RushieZ though, so we talked about it before. That's going to give the Knights a slight advantage when it comes to utility. This is going to be a bloodbath. Both front spawns going to the overlook. Gonna be INZEM throwing a late stun grenade, but it's gonna be the Knights just playing very aggressive, pushing the front spawn of INZEM all the way back. Avexys trades and gets a kill. Now it's gonna be INZEM pushing back forward with 2 of his teammates.
For a moment there, that was a huge support play coming through from SuMuNs that backed off multiple members of RushieZ towards the top side. As soon as SuMuNs rotates out, RushieZ wastes no time rotating over, getting all this positioning, all this real estate, forcing PK into rough spots. Now Raver's all by his lonesome. He's landing some bricks, trying to build a house. He actually finds himself an elimination on Iceman. He gets a double kill on Avexys as well. On the other side of things, Monkyz trying to keep this one going. 3 players dead on the side of RushieZ. RushieZ doing what he can to even this one out. FraNChiS as well. Drop shot going out, unable to connect, but buying his team some time. That was the name of that play, so it wasn't a waste of the drop shot just yet. RushieZ going in, gets the down. It's a big opportunity play going up against Monkyz. He takes a ton of damage, trying to dodge shots. He finally met his match as SuMuNs comes and rescues the day. But this is basically a double, a triple, a quadruple initial here on this play.
Yeah, this has just been non-stop action, and I still want to highlight that play from Raver. I have never seen a 1v2 work out so smoothly with a member of the one-person player, but beautiful plays from Raver, and it seems like the Knights just sprung into action after that. That is such a huge play for him to make. And you asked earlier, why use a stun grenade when you can angle somebody out? That's why I use a stun grenade against the caliber of players on the Knights. If you have a flash grenade, just use it to secure the kill. I don't care how much the numbers are in your advantage. These players are just way too good in some of these positions.
Giving him an inch. They'll definitely take a mile. Flash grenade over the top. That was actually a well-placed flash grenade from Raver. Instantly take him out. He was the last player up for RushieZ. Win by elimination. Long respawn timers. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. 3-2 lead going over to the Knights. So now it's going to be up to RushieZ to answer back. They put that big power weapon down. They hard fought it towards that initial. I do believe it was even looking like they were winning. RushieZ ended up with the drop shot, but just overall the strategy from PK held strong. So in this next weapon selection, I would predict possibly a halving of the shot grenades, but they're ready for the big game. They're ready for the long haul, knowing those instants towards the later half of this one could be the difference between winning and losing, especially if the battle goes on towards their home hill.
This is going to be awesome.
I agree. I mean, it always helps to have those incens, but it's a mid-round type of thing considering how far it is from everything else.
Yep.
And look at that, number 3 on the mini-map. That's going to be Raver. He's going to have an early flank right now on RushieZ. He is going to be able to take out Avexys. RushieZ does get the trade. Meanwhile, Fran got taken out. This is a slight man advantage, 4v3 advantage, on the side of the Knights. You see the positioning, though, for Iceman and INZEM. They're going to be the first play. INZEM able to get it down. He's getting outnumbered. Rush goes for the flank. He gets taken out. It's all Knights on this initial. They're going to grab the drop shot, and the Pittsburgh Knights in a great position here around number 6.
I'm just happy that SuMuNs picked it up. I've seen Identivez shoot some questionable drop shots, and after fighting tooth and nail to get this, you don't want to waste them, but Fran catches Identivez slipping. Might have been asleep on that play. FraNChiS gives him a rude wake-up call, but he gets crossed out, almost taken down towards the low side. With that man advantage, could have bought his team some time, but Avexys meet drop shot, meet respawn as they completely get shut down. INZEM meets the same fate as Pittsburgh Knights looking to gain themselves a huge lead. They got to know Icy's here somewhere. And that's where they spot him out. Monkyz spot him at the last second. Misroll coming out. Iceman. They're going to be no more as the rest of the members of RushieZ scrambling around for some sort of hope, some sort of dreams to keep this one going.
And at some point, RushieZ are going to have to concede this round. They're already investing so many respawns. Fran, the only one to not die, finally does get taken out. Rush on the overextension, gets a decap, gets away with his life. It's going to be INZEM backing him up. Knights are okay with this, though. They have a huge point lead. They have control of the drop shot. Dezonide picks up a kill on INZEM. Rush not able to trade it out. Huge double kill coming out from Dezonide, and it's been all Pittsburgh Knights in this round so far.
Definitely, as they already have a doubled up scoreline, almost a tripled up scoreline from RushieZ, getting that second hill, trying to really put the nail in the coffin. You see multiple members of RushieZ choosing not to respawn back in. Big decision coming through is way by eliminations. Pittsburgh Knights now on map point. And I got to go ahead and ask you, do you agree with that concede? I know it was kind of out of reach to kind of fight back into this one, but is that the answer?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't only concede just because you don't want to use any more respawns, but you have to look at all the tools that the other team has at their disposal. Yes, they're up 80 points. Yes, they have full map control, but they also have a fresh drop shot coming. They have shot grenades. It's just not plausible. Save your respawn. Try to string together a couple rounds. Make sure you have the economy to do it. Rightfully so, RushieZ is going to have to give up that round. On to round number 7, though. Must win for RushieZ. Pittsburgh Knights looking very good here on training grounds, though. The pick of RushieZ.
I'm honestly surprised right now that shot grenade has not been halved. But at the same time, on the flip end of that, I don't think these rounds have been going long enough to really make it worth the halving that it would produce. But on another initial here, Monkyz versus Avexys with the shot grenades. Identivez the front spawn for PK, not going up top. Neither is INZEM. So both of these teams matching each other almost right down the middle on this initial. RushieZ goes in, he sneaks the drop shot. Is he going to get out alive? That is the question. He escapes, taking a ton of damage. Nobody cleaning up just yet. Drop shot going out, unable to connect, but he lived to fight another day. So now this drop shot is that much more important here. It sends it out, and it connects. He actually kills INZEM. That's going to be big. Can Monkyz save Identivez? No, he cannot, but with the turnaround, Monkyz trying to make something out of nothing here. He gets RushieZ full red, and he comes out on top. Monkyz does it again.
Yeah, that was definitely a fight where Rush wishes he was able to hit one more shot. It's going to put Avexys in a terrible position. Huge clutch play from Monkyz and Raver, the 2 slayers on this Knights roster. Now it's going to be the second line of respawns coming out from RushieZ. They still don't want to give up this positioning, but Monkyz continues to slay out. He gets a double kill. He just packaged the heck out of the captain of RushieZ and Fran. And the Knights win another initial on the back of the top slayer in the league right now, PK Monkyz.
I want to know if Monkyz is going to stay alive here. Because if he stays alive, he has a 9.0 KD in this one map right now. And that is envy. Oh, you made me eat my words. Probably like 8.2 now, but he's still putting on a show. 15 eliminations, 12 downs, 4 deaths, 27 and 4 KDA, or 27 and 4 in terms of kills and assists to deaths, as PK are not stepping up off the gas. They want to close this one out. Monkyz does get shut down, so as soon as I give him some props, I might have cursed him. I might have been what RushieZ needs in this matchup.
And one thing that's good for RushieZ currently, they have 2 hills capped. Someone overextended for RushieZ. Doesn't look like he has much of an opposition, but they're fighting now for the E hill. There's no drop shot on the side of PK. Dezonide misses a few shots. He's going to get punished for it, and now it's Raver trying to push up on Icy. Icy hits a nice up A, but it's not enough. Raver takes out Icy as well. He's going to leave him down, clean up the kill onto Avexys. PK fighting for the new drop shot as they pick it up. It is going to be Monkyz. Big situation for Rush here. Smart on the Knights to go wide, not allowing Rush to get any close quarters engagements there. The drop shot comes out. Fran gets taken out. PK looking really strong to close out this first map.
They're just going downtown. I don't agree with that one. But if you're feeling yourself the way they are, you kind of got to let them get away with it. As you see 2 hills over towards the Pittsburgh Knights. Monkyz knows his Lancers there. That's that glitch Lancer from Gears Esports. Got to make sure I pick that one up. But now it's up to RushieZ here. You can't waste too much time. 2 hills over towards the Knights. 4 members with no extra respawns. RushieZ the only guy with some extra respawns remaining. He has to be the tip of the spear. He has to be the first one in for this RushieZ squad if they're looking to make a play here late in the game.
Running out of time. I mean, it comes down to this final push. They're utilizing all of their utility just to take this first cover. Beautiful team fire comes out for PK. Monkyz not able to pick up a kill there. Doesn't help too much. More respawns for INZEM here. He's going to have to be perfect. RushieZ picks up a kill on Raver. That's 2 dead for the Knights. SuMuNs cut back. He's able to pick up a huge kill on Lenny, aka INZEM. That's going to be it. First map goes in favor of the Knights. Prediction looking good here, Jacob.
Definitely looking strong indeed. 30-6, and I count the assists. 30-6, 5.0 KDA from Monkyz in this matchup as Knights just steamroll RushieZ 5-2 in map number 1. He's saying, don't cry, babies. Don't cry just yet. You got another opportunity in game number 2.
Don't go away, Mad. Just go away. That's what Monkyz is saying. And yeah, beautiful stat line. I mean, we just talked about how Monkyz has been performing at a ridiculous level as of late, and he just showed once again why he is the top Slayer in the league right now. MVP caliber performance so far for the player of Monkyz, but just so far the Knights just looking so strong, trying to get another win on their already close to perfect record here in the Pro League. You know, map away from winning our final match of the night.
Yeah, I have this picture right after you guys had won your Vegas championship. The Rodin guys were right there cheering him on. You know, it had Adverse a part of that roster, but it was kind of this core of this Pittsburgh Knights squad. I took a picture with Danny with these guys. He goes over to Latin America, and they become one of the top teams in Gears Esports. Not the top team in Latin America. They become one of the top teams in Gears Esports. So now when I think back to when this team performs at a high level like this, watching them dominate squads, I think about this is something that was meant to happen. Gears Esports was not ready for a team like this, and you see exactly why. And I think that UYU breaking up was kind of one of the best things for the scene. You saw Solars go somewhere else, almost win a championship. You see SuMuNs somewhere else, almost winning a championship. So that breakup of UYU was kind of almost a blessing for the scene. So now you're seeing so many different squads emerge, especially this season more than ever before. And one of those squads we're having the pleasure of watch right before our very eyes. The Pittsburgh Knights, they're going down in history as one of the most dominant teams in the game.
Still yet to win a ship yet. That's the most important thing, though. But I do agree, this is an amazing team. This is the most popular team in all of Gears Esports, and rightfully so. They have all the fans on their side. They have all the skill in the game. The dedication is there. It's only a matter of time before they host the Choice Trophy, but I mean, they're getting there. They're getting there. They look very, very dominant. They've only lost to VQ, I believe. It's been a great season so far. That's season 2 for PK.
You can see that score line 1-0 in favor of PK. The early portion of that matchup, I will say though, Jordan, is it was kind of close. You saw RushieZ in it. You saw that potential. And this is where map number 2, Vaskar, map number 1, you even said it, the Pittsburgh Knights, they're going for the throat against this Pittsburgh Knights squad RushieZ because they picked the Knights' best map. Way there. This is our match of the week. As we go right into the game, loading up Vaskar. Finally, Avexys is in this one, rearing up, ready to go. You got RushieZ, you got the Pittsburgh Knights. A 1-0 lead for the Knights, so it's all on RushieZ. The pressure is beginning to heat up here as RushieZ. Now, you look at the opening strategy. Both of these teams kind of doing something a little bit different than what we typically see.
Yeah, I mean, normally you would see RushieZ on the side of COG going right for the overextension. Instead, they're actually going to use their front spawns to push for the tank. The Knights doing their best to punish them for it. Monkyz going to put in some damage and then reset. Raver trying to work the flank. Isn't going to be able to get it. He's going to cut across to the front. Now the members of RushieZ backing up a bit. Iceman has a nice angle. He's going to put in a little bit of Lantern Fire. But both teams actually going to come out of that engagement without losing anybody. Very interesting there that nobody's able to pick up a kill, but SuMuNs is going to get the first kill of the map against RushieZ. Even Avexys in a 1v2 situation, very unfavorable spot. He's going to get some of his health back, but he is going to get taken out, and that's going to be the Knights going for the overextension now.
I love the way they just leave him there. You don't tap up in this new escalation, so he's kind of waiting for Avexys to basically kill himself. Whatever extra seconds it takes, that's the extra seconds of advantage they're going to get. So now we go ahead and switch on over. PK getting that 2 hills under their belt once more. It was RushieZ who had that early tick due to the strategy difference from the Knights. So now it's up to them here. So if you look at the overhead map, they have 3 players, or I should say 2 players set up over towards B, 2 players set up over towards A, waiting for Avexys to spawn in. This is the longest respawn timers of the game. So we have a 3v3 going down here on the A hill. The breaking is not the first priority. It's getting these eliminations. RushieZ going to start off hot, get that first one. Chain revives together as RushieZ is going to go ahead and solidify this elimination, solidify the positioning. They're going to try and chase Identivez out. They're trying to gain more of this positioning, but Identivez is going to get caught out, taken out. It's actually, no, Monkyz gets taken out. Identivez eats the shot and lands a double kill, and that's exactly what you need from the king of Latin America.
Yeah, that is a huge play right there. I mean, with that play alone, I think the Knights are going to take this first round. I don't think RushieZ is going to invest too many respawns into this first round. We'll see if RushieZ spawns up. He does. So RushieZ still deciding to invest. I mean, outside of Rush, everyone else is pretty good on respawns. Nice flash grenade right there, stopping RushieZ Fran from getting that elimination. That's going to be the Knights with a 2-hill advantage and a 5v4 on the map. Pushing forward, but a little bit of a secret man coming out from Avexys. He's going to catch Identivez off guard. 4v4 on the map currently. Double kill for Avexys. Monkyz, last line of defense on the home hill. Another kill comes out from Rush, so that's actually going to be 3 dead on the side of the Knights. But here's Raver playing for the breakthrough and the overextension. He's going to meet INZEM, though. He's going to get lanced out. RushieZ going to steal away this round, potentially, Jacob.
4 members, though. PK fighting back, tooth and nail to try to keep this one in their control. They got the decap, they get the capture. They're going to hold on to the win condition as well. Last second push, you see 4 members of RushieZ, that onslaught, and Avexys waiting for that flank. He's going to possibly get that Lancer when it matters most. RushieZ going in. They need the break. The break is going to come through. Eliminations going back and forth for both of these teams. Capping up are the Knights. They get the capture, and they get the kills. And FraNChiS doesn't. He gets the break towards the back end, but he gets taken out, and that is going to be the final nail in the coffin. Win by elimination in 3 minutes and 22 seconds are going to be the Pittsburgh Knights, but that is big opportunity for RushieZ as they're slowly but surely building that momentum in. Even though they did lose, it showed the potential of what they're able to achieve.
That was a hard-fought round from both of those teams, and up into the very end, I couldn't tell who was going to win. Good on the Knights winning that final engagement, though. They're going to go up 1-0, 4 rounds away from getting a hot 2-0 over their competition in RushieZ.
See the weapons towards the top side. I think this has some of the most standard weapons of any map. You kind of get filled out with shock grenades, instant grenades, because of how that fight towards the tank goes down on both the first and the second half. So the utility grenades, both kill potential and position neutralization are just going to be so important on a map like Vasgar, where it's rotation-based.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. And we've seen the snipers come out in the past and the drop shot going by the tank, but we'll see how this one plays out. It's still too early to tell.
When it comes down to strategy, you already see RushieZ kind of conceding that top hill, which is C. Pittsburgh Knights, they have the numbers advantage, but on the other side of things, RushieZ is doing the same exact thing, almost like mirrored strategies, but it's going to be Avexys getting taken down. The rest of the Pittsburgh Knights knows that elimination is so crucial, a little bit more important than that hill, because they can easily backtrack for it, just like you're seeing. Rushman is going to get taken down next, but they need to be careful because they're sitting in this RushieZ spawn. Those 2 players they just got eliminated will eventually spawn back up with some spawn shield, able to push with that invincibility. So on the other side of things, FraNChiS, INZEM, all doing what they can. FraNChiS able to get 2. He gets taken down. Icy is going to fall to Dezonide. A huge double kill on the side of PK. So every time it seems like RushieZ is beginning to chain together some momentum, working together to put it on their side, the Pittsburgh Knights immediately shut it down.
I mean, technically, the Knights won 2 separate team fights at the same time right there. So this second round, all in the Knights' favor. On board with SuMuNs right now, trying to pressure Rush over cover. Rush actually trades out a kill on somebody else, but he's going to get taken out immediately after. Team kill by SuMuNs. Definitely a misinput there. He didn't mean to shoot over the left side of the cover. RushieZ going to try to take advantage of that, currently with a 2-hill cap.
That's what happens when you're just so used to up-Aing everything. Just up-A everything in your path. Take out a teammate. It doesn't matter. But at this point, it kind of does. Pittsburgh Knights trailing 2 hills to 1. They do have a little bit of a lead, but just a few seconds, that lead will be nullified. You see the win condition on screen. If no hills are broken, RushieZ in about a minute will find themselves victorious, tying up here 1 round apiece. But on the bottom half of the map, BK find themselves with an advantageous fight. 2v1 going down. INZEM doing all he can, but he gets taken down. The rotation from RushieZ is too little, too late. And now this could be the opening towards the top side where Knights take advantage.
INZEM needs to do a better job there, trying to stall for his teammates to get to position to help. Identivez stays alive. Meanwhile, the Knights are going to take a 2-hill setup on the home hills. They're going to take the lead. And I think we're going to see RushieZ spawn up and use their spawn shield potentially to push for their home hill. We're waiting for Icy and Avexys to spawn. They are going to spawn up together with INZEM.
Oh, look on the other
Comes to push back to the home hill, RushieZ.
The other side of the map. Pittsburgh Knights saw this coming from a mile away. They had their binoculars on. They saw it and rotated 3 members, the majority of their squad, to the other half of the map. As soon as RushieZ spawned up, knowing they got to get their home hill, PK is like, you have to get the neutral hill as well. But all this is going down. RushieZ found a way to get both of the home hills under their belt. So the win condition once again in favor of the COG team. So it's going to be up to INZEM here to really put a stop, at least get one of these 2's eliminations. But Monkyz and Dezonide working together with the decap towards the neutral hill. RushieZ making sure that they are in the right place at the right time.
And I think this is going to be very similar to the first round. Very hard fought, very close up until the very end. But it is going to be the Knights making the proper rotations, as you pointed out, winning the important fights. 2 rounds that could have went towards the side of RushieZ are going to go towards the Knights, and they're happily going to take that 2-0 advantage. Considering they're up a map 1 round at a time, they're trying to win this series.
And like I said, as soon as they got those eliminations, knowing that 3 players were going to spawn up and they kind of had to fight for their own home hill back, PK just maneuvered. We saw Identivez use the middle of the map. The rest of the players backtracked. They rotated all the way over, knowing only one possible member from RushieZ was over towards that tank. Remaining spawning members kind of went over towards their home hill. Rightfully so. You got to kind of decap it. You got to put a stoppage to the point lead. But when you go to the weapon selection here, like I said, kind of standard. Utility being upgraded towards shot grenades, mainly used towards the second half.
Once again, RushieZ choosing to contest the neutral hill. And this is a somewhat unorthodox play. A lot of the times you'd see the team on the COG spawn just go for the immediate oversension and give up the neutral hill. Identivez is going to launch a shot grenade. This is going to put INZEM in a position where he has nowhere to run. He is going to have to hold this left hand. He's going to get stunned by that. He's going to have help, though, coming out from Fran, but he backtracks into a shot grenade. Fran gets taken out as well. Looking like a good fight for the Knights. Iceman is not able to get a kill before he gets taken out. And that is a clean 3v3 victory over by the tank in favor of the Knights.
Not looking like RushieZ has any answers just yet. Avexys finds himself in a tough spot once more. Ton of damage being dealt out, but he met his match as Dezonide go ahead and trades off. RushieZ cleaning him up. So still a 4v4 going down right before our eyes, but RushieZ, they don't have a footing as SuMuNs just completely demolishes Rushman. Abracadabra, you're gone. INZEM doing what he can. Revive's coming through, though. Fran's going to clean that one up. 3v2 turned into a 2v2, but INZEM gets taken out. Revive unable to happen from FraNChiS, so it was a 3v3 coming down to a 1v1. And Identivez does it again, putting FraNChiS on the back foot. Unfortunately, RushieZ spawns up instantly, takes out Identivez, holds on to the hill, which is absolutely needed on the side of RushieZ.
Such a nice maneuver by the captain of the Knights and Identivez. Beautiful play to chunk Fran there. He actually was going to push Rush too, and Rush just lancers him down, but after all that happens, the dust settles. Iceman is actually going to secure the B hill for his team. 2-hill setup here for RushieZ. Here comes the push. Dezonide versus Rush. Rush has some support fire. Dezo gets taken down, not out though. Nice team fire coming out from RushieZ. Across the map, Fran gets taken out. Escrow comes out from Rush. He's going to get punished by Raver. INZEM gets a kill, but he gets traded out. The trades are working in the favor of the Knights.
Definitely is, especially with complete misrolls coming like that from RushieZ. This is where he's going to spawn back in. He's not saving any of his lives. Last respawn remaining. Two of the biggest slayers in the lobby with both INZEM and RushieZ on their last life. Identivez gets taken out. Icy's going to go ahead and fall as well. Trades going back and forth. Avexys meets his demise. The score going over to RushieZ if they were to hold on to these hills just a few seconds longer. Raver's going to be left there to die. The two players with no respawns are going to press forward. They want to solidify the home hill of Knights. It's absolutely needed. The score is basically even. This could be the final push coming out from either one of these teams.
SuMuNs actually overextended. He's forcing SuMuNs on the B hills in a 1v2 situation, but a huge fight coming out on the home hill. And yeah, Rush, INZEM, no more respawns in a 2v4 situation. Not a very favorable spot to be in if you're Rush and INZEM. Look at the score though, Jacob. Knights are going to have to traverse the map. They're going to need to break the B hill and the home hill of RushieZ if they want to win this round. Iceman in the 1v2 gets taken out immediately. The home hill does get decapped on the side of RushieZ, and that's going to be Knights once again winning in the later parts of the round in a very close round point-wise. And what's funny too is the points are close in each one of these rounds, but if you just look at the way the rounds are playing out, it seems like the Knights are getting what they want more often than not. And sure, the points don't really reflect it, considering RushieZ had a lead on the majority of that round. The Knights still have the control. They have the pace. They're setting the pace. They're winning more team fights. They're forcing INZEM and Rush to spawn over and over again, going into this fourth round now with only 2 lives. And all Knights here in the series.
It's definitely calculated on the side of Knights. It's kind of when you know those tendencies. To talk about the individual tendencies that do come out as the drop shot is actually placed towards the top half. A spot that you don't normally see that one placed down. So RushieZ, the first of many tricks up their sleeves going down, but as I was saying, RushieZ kind of going in, INZEM kind of going in. This is the big reason why this team might be slacking a little bit. They're not slaying like they were last season or even in previous games, so I'm looking at them to really pick up the pace. They're going to have to pull it together. I'm not necessarily saying it's all their fault. When your slayers aren't slaying, like I said, something is definitely going wrong. And there goes another example. Monkyz picking up a huge double kill on FraNChiS and Icy. Ends up doing all he can. Respawn timers are their utmost shortest. The economy is low.
Wow.
RushieZ on his last respawn again.
Yeah, so is Identivez, but yeah, I think the Knights once again getting the better parts of these fights. Even if RushieZ gets their home hill back, which they will, it's gonna be Rush and INZEM on their final life. Identivez also on his final life. 2 hill cap for the Knights. Still a favorable position for the Latin American Kings.
I would say the difference right now is the 2 people with no lives on the side of RushieZ are these slayers. They're not known as the support players. They're not known as the guys that'll sit back and let their teammates do the dirty work. With Identivez only having 0 lives, he's not scared to let his teammates do the dirty work, especially when you have MVP caliber players. You have former champions on your team. You have an up-and-coming god in Raver. So the push coming through for RushieZ. They need to make this one happen. Like I said, all without their big slayers. INZEM goes down, almost looking a little bleak for RushieZ. But they're able to fight back, try to get this little bit of positioning, but they need more. They need to put a stoppage to the point gain. But here comes the push back. The counter push coming through from PK. They're going to go ahead and push these numbers all the way back. I do believe that's Iceman finds himself getting taken out again. It's not looking good, especially toward the later portion of this game. Avexys going to fall. FraNChiS gets taken down as well. Luckily for him, he did get revived, but now it's Icy on his last respawn remaining, and Avexys will find himself in that same boat.
Yeah, look at the score, Jacob. The Knights are currently in a position to win off of 1 hill. Rush gets taken out indefinitely, and this round, compared to the others, seems to go even more in the Knights' favor, going into the later parts of the round in a permanent 5v4. Every single member of RushieZ on their final respawn. The Knights just simply outslaying RushieZ here in Vasgar.
Outslaying indeed. Another player falling to his death. Abracadabra. I'll make 3 players disappear. Icy and Avexys, the only hope for RushieZ in this round. And as soon as I said Avexys' name, he finds himself getting taken out. Icy here is eliminated. That's 5 dead. Pittsburgh Knights now 1 round away from taking this series and shutting out RushieZ 5-0.
Yeah, I mean, I said the Knights are one of the best teams, if not the best team on Vasgar, but I was not expecting a 4-0 coming into the second half. But hey, the Knights proving once again why they are the best team in the game as of now, as of currently.
even deaths too on the side of RushieZ. All of them have 11 deaths.
At least they're consistent in that factor.
This is where it's really going to come down to. RushieZ, in my opinion, have the better spawn for this initial. I think they just need to send 5 people over, dominate for that drop shot, make sure they secure it, and piece it together from there. Because I think if they lose this initial, it's over. 5 has to be over. You got to send 5 over. Because what you're doing right now is not working.
It'll be a 4v4. RushieZ is able to get it down. The revive comes out for the Knights. Maybe we're going to have an INZEM, but that's going to be over in the 1v1 battle.
That's the start.
INZEM gets it down on a Monkyz. The revives come out. Great team fire coming out from RushieZ, but so far not able to pick up the kills. A missed drop shot by Avexys.
I just see the thing just getting lobbed out of the sky. It's not a straight shot. It's just one of those bounced off a wall by mistake. So Avexys with 1 drop shot left. They did get 2 hills. FraNChiS did get taken out. Long respawn timers here. They get this kill on Monkyz. That could be a big, especially a double kill as Identivez gets taken out next. SuMuNs did get the down on Avexys, but no one's there to clean it up. So Avexys will get revived. But as I say that, Dezonide comes out from nowhere. Sneaks through the middle of the map. Triple cap domination though for RushieZ. If somehow Pittsburgh Knights could prolong this round, that kill would have meant so much more, but that won't be the case. And RushieZ is finally on the board. They have woken up.
Yeah, it's a big round to stop the bleeding as much as you can. I mean, if you're going to do a 5-0 comeback, you got to start somewhere. As we said before, the way the spawns work on Vasgar is it's lopsided. It's not in this it's not a symmetrical map. So going into this round, the Knights are going to have that same high ground positioning that we just saw RushieZ utilize to get so many downs, get the drop shot, and get the kills. Rush did win a 1v1 against Monkyz across the map, which did help a lot. Let's see here, though.
If you're the Knights, when do you use your lock? That's one question. Does it really matter when you lose it, or do you want to use it on a long respawn timer so when you do get those eliminations, you can get much more out of it?
It's a good question. It really is. We'll have to wait and see if RushieZ even forced the Knights to use their lock at all. They would have to win this round first. And I would say maybe not this round, a round after this. If the Knights do lose it, they would use their lock. RushieZ getting aggressive over by the baggage area. It's going to be INZEM getting angled out. A shock's going to stop him. It's going to come down to these revives. We've seen Icy and INZEM if they can make it out of this. A couple revives come out. Avexys picks up a kill on Dezonide. It looks like INZEM and Icy are going to get taken out. Ooh, a little bit of a misplay by Raver. Surely he should have got one more kill. The kill feed lights up on the favor of Cog. And then it was last one alive.
We'll say so far today, in the second half, sometimes the teams that are down that begin to piece things together. On the side of RushieZ, triple cap domination sounding off for a moment. RushieZ trying to reposition himself, but he bounces right back into the hill, forcing members to him. But a fresh respawn coming through from the Knights is going to catch RushieZ off guard, unable to get any chunks due to the invincibility. So now he's sent back to start. Longest respawn timers, or second longest respawn timers of the game. That's going to buy some Knights some time here to get in positioning, and they wasted no time at all. 4 members completely rotating towards the top side. They want to get this decap to come through, and Ensign placed onto the hill so it doesn't come free, and INZEM slaying out the MVP caliber player in Monkyz, but quickly gets taken out by Raver. Back and forth action between 2 of these teams, but the upper hand has to go over to RushieZ here.
Yeah, and RushieZ is deciding to overextend. New drop shot will spawn eventually. And this is going to be the Knights, who does have position over the E-Hill and where the drop shot currently will be spawning.
Where it's going to slow down just a little bit. 2 hills.
Slowing down a lot of it. Like, you go over to Avexys and he's just completely frozen in place.
That's because, look at PK, they're just waiting there. They have their respawn. They're trying to see if anybody tries to overextend. But the problem is they're wasting so much time. So that makes me wonder, are you going to concede the rest of this round, try to keep your respawn economy all the way up to 4 as much as possible? As you see, ends up spawning in late in the game. It's not going to affect him too much because he should go right back up to 4 as well. But SuMuNs spawning in, he's going to go down to 3. He should go back up to 4 after this one as well. Identivez should get an opportunity to spawn back in. So it makes me think BK simply conceding this one away. And I don't disagree with it either. They're up 4-1. They have a massive lead. One round isn't going to make the difference just yet. But if this does go a couple more rounds, I might change my mind.
I'm just sitting here laughing like Identivez sitting in the spawn of RushieZ waiting for INZEM to spawn up, taking like an impossible fight against somebody that has a spawn shield. Some goofy engagements going at the end of that round, but RushieZ staying alive one round at a time, now only down by 2.
That's what you got to do. This is where, like I said, if I'm the Knights, I want to use my lock sooner rather than later because that makes each elimination that much more important rather than letting the game go on, saving that lock. But there possibly could be saving kind of like what you said, a RushieZ lock for lock, not giving RushieZ advantage in any of these rounds rather than trying to just solidify it themselves. As you see the half on the incendiary grenades, this is where it leaves the choice up to PK. Do we go and halve to 120, put an extra bit of utility directly into a player's hands, or do we go for the lock? I do think they're going to go for the halve or put extra utility in their hands. I don't think the lock is on their mind just yet.
Isn't.
Okay. We'll see how that lock works out later in the game. I just want to be right for once, you know? My predictions made me mad.
I mean, I agree with you. Eventually, you need to use that lock. I mean, but the other team, in being RushieZ, is going to have to use theirs at the same moment. So, or vice versa. One team is waiting to see what the other team does. So now RushieZ, with the height advantage, we saw them cross a PK out 2 rounds ago in the same scenario. This time around, the Knights not giving any free damage to RushieZ. Sitting back, waiting to see if RushieZ is going to use their INZEM. Here comes the throw from INZEM. It's not going to net a kill, and he's going to go down to the shock grenade again. We saw that happen over by the tank. Wow. Icy getting the revive. Big kill there from Icy. He only gets a kill and a revive. So this is going to be RushieZ and Fran getting taken out on the other side of the map. Team kill comes out from Avexys. That's 5 dead on the side of RushieZ. INZEM is going to be able to spawn and get the cap, or get the touch. That is a good initial for PK. Trying to close it out. Only 1 or 2 fights away from finishing this series.
That was like 3 steps, 3 in-game INZEM steps away from Pittsburgh Knights taking this series. And if you're going to come back, if you're RushieZ, that is one way to go ahead and start it. You can start the footage there in your montage comeback with INZEM being steps away from losing this one. But now RushieZ going to need more. A few more steps indeed. Drop shot going out, connecting from downtown. Icy is going to be stopped right away. Monkyz knows he can press up for more. I do believe he has another drop shot, but he's waiting for the perfect time to use it, waiting to have a defensive stop. I can see him going ahead and revving it out, getting that kill on FraNChiS. No decap coming through either. The Pittsburgh Knights are cruising for a 2-0 victory.
They rise on their final legs right now. Avexys does pick up a kill, but there's just so many advantages for the Knights currently. They can afford to lose some of these lives considering the lead they have. RushieZ is going to take over the E-Hill and try to get the new drop shot. Identivez might be able to get away with his life. No, RushieZ is going to chase him down. Gets the down, leaves him down currently to get his health back.
RushieZ leaves him down, going for a huge flank. You know he's there. There's a player actually waiting in the wings. It's going to be Monkyz. Monkyz versus RushieZ on that home hill. That's going to be big. RushieZ needs to take this fight. He can't just sit here and wait. Monkyz shuts him down and leaves him there to watch the defeat happen. Another battle won. Identivez taking out Iceman. So now there's no organization allowed on the side of RushieZ. FraNChiS just needs to go.
And it's just not going to work out on the side of RushieZ. The Knights are going to be able to secure this in a 2-0 fashion. Beautiful gameplay coming out from the Knights on 2 of their strongest maps, being Training Grounds and Vazgar. Strong maps for RushieZ as well, but Knights showing again why they are the top team currently in the Pro League Gears 5 Esports Season 2.
Congratulations to Monkyz. Congratulations to all of the Pittsburgh Knights as they take that series 2-0. And they help my predictions. So finally, RushieZ is not the thorn in my side like they were, and they are now 1 step below. But honestly, Ribs, as much as I want to congratulate the Knights, I got to go ahead and look at RushieZ. That could have just been them testing the waters. They know they're not necessarily going to have the best record at the end of this Pro League. So this could have been a good opportunity to play the best team on their best maps in tournament-style play. I don't want to say that. I'm just trying to, theory craft and try to realize what is kind of going wrong on the side of RushieZ.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to look at it. I can't confirm that at all. Like I said, Training Grounds and Vazgar are 2 very strong maps for RushieZ as well. But yeah, I mean, as I said, Training Grounds, a very bold pick for RushieZ to go for. It didn't pan out. Vazgar, the Knights just playing it superbly. And yeah, I mean, that's the Knights for you. They've only lost 1 match throughout this whole split so far. They're not going to allow their second match drop tonight. match of the night. So those 2-0 in favor of the Knights.
You see some great plays coming out from both of these squads. Some of these rounds going down to the wire. So even though the scoreline, what it was, if you watch the match, you know it was much closer than what the score would lead it to believe. But it was just answer by answer given out. Monkyz, Identivez, Raver, even Dezonide. And SuMuNs just going off when they need it most. And realistically, that's what happens. You're wolf packing together, firing off on all cylinders, not letting anything slip through. Big drop shot plays like that, round after round after round. A 2-0 victory for the Knights. You see the maps are going to pop up right here. Training Grounds 5-2 and the Knights. Vasgar 5-2 once more. A 10-4 scoreline. And that is going to be the game. As like you said, Pittsburgh Knights are now 8-1 in the Pro League after 8 days of play.
Very impressive stuff from the Knights, and they're solidifying themselves as the best team in the game. Currently, a month left of practice and whatnot until we play our major. The Knights sitting pretty right now. Best record in the league currently.
Yep. So if you guys missed any of today's matches, you guys, I don't know what you guys were doing wrong. But we got you guys covered here. So go ahead and pull up the score for today's matches. And that's where I want to go ahead and ask you. We had a ton of exciting matches, some going down to the wire, some being more lopsided than others. But if you look at those score lines, even some of our side station matches, does anything pop out to you?
Not necessarily. I mean, a big win, a huge win for Carnage over Rebel. That was such an exciting match, literally going to round 9. Vanquish taking out People's Champs, very standard stuff there. 2-0 for Noble. As I said, they're one of the teams I'm looking at right now as playing at the highest level, despite their record not being what it could be. Hive getting a 2-0 win over Apricity. And then, yeah, I mean, the one that stood out the most for me, obviously, Fire and Ice taking out UYU. That's expected right now of Fire and Ice, considering how good they're playing. That one, for me, was the biggest win of the night. Fire and Ice getting that 2-0 win over UYU, and I still can't believe the way they won that first map, Asylum, round 9. After UYU had all the advantages, Fire and Ice just stole that map from them.
On the other side of things, I want to go ahead and shout out that Carnage Gaming versus Rebel matchup. With their backs up against the wall, Carnage performed. They showed why they are getting as much hype, getting as much talk, getting as much shine as they are. New to the Pro League, they have not skipped a beat. And they are taking some of our top teams down to the wire. In fact, they are one of our top teams here. So looking at that team, man, I can't wait to see them continue on to perform in this one. But I want to go ahead and remind you guys, this is not it for the Pro League, but we are taking a quick break. They got some more Thanksgiving holidays going on, but we also have a new operation dropping. I do believe new maps, new characters, and more. Are you excited for that?
Oh yeah, I saw a little teaser. I saw Dizzy and Scourge, 2 of my favorite characters, especially Scourge. I use them all throughout Gears 4 Esports. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, Operation 4 was amazing. The content's been great. The new store has been amazing. And I can't wait to see what content the Coalition has in store for us in Operation 5.
I'm excited for those maps. I saw River on there, and you won some championships on River. I've played some game battles matches on River, but I can't wait to see what it looks like in this game. But like I said, once again, the Pro League is not over. This is week 4, day number 2, the 8th day overall. We still got 2 more days on December 1st and December 2nd. And then following that, we got our online major. So we're just giving you guys a short break from Pro League matches to kind of regroup, to regain yourself for that final week and that online major. But as we end the show, do you have any final words, any shout outs you want to give? I know you have tons of fans out there, especially, like I said, being a former champion.
Well, of course, it was a pleasure, honor and pleasure. Thank you to UMG and the production. Thank you for being a co-caster. Of course, the players putting on an amazing show day in and day out, just continuing to push the meta in Gears 5 Esports. Of course, Microsoft, the Coalition, and RushieZ. Put on a show today, getting taken out by the Knights, but it's been a fun Pro League so far. And as you said before, we're taking a break for the holidays, coming back the first week of December for our last week of Pro League, and then our first major of Season 2. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. But I can't wait for Thanksgiving. So this is a much needed break for me. I love to stuff my face. By the time I come back, I'm going to be 6'2", but that's just because how much I'm going to be eating. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Follow on Twitter, UMG Gaming. Follow me, follow Ribs, follow all these fantastic pro players because December 1st, the action will be heating right back up, leading right into the last week of the Pro League into our major. So make sure you guys stay tuned, stay up to date, because next time you see us, we'll be right around the corner from crowning our first champion. So with that said, from Ribs, from myself, from UMG and the exciting production crew behind the scenes, thank you guys for joining us and have a great day.